It's Wrestling Wednesday here on TheAdiposeTV, and in the first of 3 videos we watch the best take on the beast, CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar, in a special preview of their encounter at SummerSlam 2013. Please join me for commentary, awesome matches and more. Let's get wrestling. Greetings, my name is The Adipose, and tonight have I got a match for you. This is CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar, the best in the world versus the beast. And of course we are doing this because it is currently the 24th of July, and last week on Raw, this match was signed for SummerSlam. Paul Heyman in the corner of Brock Lesnar, his best friend in the world, and CM Punk, the valiant hero, trying to defend himself against the betrayal of Heyman. Now, the story of this match, I am sure, is going to be the fact that Lesnar is the beast. He is this huge, seemingly unstoppable mountain of a man, capable of just firing huge strikes, massive suplexes, and just being so physically dominant in his matches, as you can see here, as he just simply clubs Punk down. The question will simply be, can Punk survive long enough to get any of his offense against the beast? Now, CM Punk, quick feet, quick arms, quick speed, an incredibly fast superstar in World Wrestling Entertainment, and he's going to have to be. But what he's going to be careful of is exactly that when he is firing these strikes at Lesnar, that he is not able to simply scoop him up and power him back into the ground. Now if Punk is able to continue to strike just like he is there, keep firing his knees, legs and feet into Lesnar's head, then he does have a chance, because Lesnar has proved over the last year that he is not unbeatable. He has come unstuck against John Cena. He has come unstuck against Triple H at WrestleMania. Lesnar perhaps not having the unbeatable aura that he once did. However, he does still have this aura of simply being, as CM Punk put it, one scary dude. People are scared of Lesnar. They know that when they go into a match with him, they are not going to come out in the same physical shape, because if Lesnar is allowed to get in charge of the match, he will not wrestle you, he will destroy you, and it will take some truly spectacular moves, as we can see from CM Punk here. It will take some chance taking, it will take some aerial acrobatics, it will take some extreme punishment in order for anyone to actually get the jump on Lesnar. And there, Lesnar's strength and power coming to the fore. But of course, CM Punk never says die. CM Punk has shown over the last few weeks that with this new attitude, this new hero-like attitude, I want to cheese it up for a second, he will keep coming back. And despite those huge suplexes, despite what Lesnar is throwing at Punk, Punk continues to come back. And whether he gets lariated across the face, Punk will continue to get up. And if you remember the beatdown on Raw a couple of weeks ago, Lesnar threw everything he had at Punk, and Punk kept coming back until he could no longer stand. And here he is with some massive Mongolian chops, which is staggering the beast briefly. Now the question will be at the match on SummerSlam, what will run out first? Will it be the never say die attitude of Punk, or will it be the power of Lesnar? So will Lesnar be able to beat the fight out of Punk, or will Punk continue to come back, even there taking a massive lariat, and then Punk straight back up on his feet, meaning Lesnar knows he's going to have to really increase the punishment if he wants to get the victory over Punk here. And Punk coming back with a lovely DDT to escape from that painful torture rack hold, and a huge belly to belly putting Punk down as well. This time Punk not bouncing back up to his feet quite so quickly, but he is back up and he is trying to throw strikes, but perhaps Lesnar saying that he can throw them as well, with a huge clubbing forearm across the face. As we go back into the middle, and Punk there slapping his opponent across the face twice. I'm not sure that angering the man beast Brock Lesnar is going to be the most successful tactic in this match, but perhaps CM Punk is hoping for a mistake. He's hoping that Brock Lesnar's emotions will get the better of him, as that's more or less what happened in the John Cena match last year. And Punk here going for a Tree of Woe position, going to try and pull off some sort of spectacular jump there, but Lesnar stepping out of the way before Punk was able to deliver that low drop kick. And now Lesnar is able to take control, and it's Lesnar's turn to fire into the corner, and now it is Lesnar's turn to go for the Tree of Woe. Now the question will be, can Punk escape before that happens? I guess that answers our question, and Lesnar now clubbing to the back of the head of Punk. Remembering now in that match against Cena back at Extreme Rules last year, Lesnar's tactics was to simply pound away into the head of Cena until his face was a bloody mess. And it may well be that Lesnar is going to use the same strategy here. I think if I had to score this match so far, I would have to say that Punk has hit a lot more strikes, and Punk has actually countered quite a lot more moves than Lesnar, but Lesnar's moves so devastating, but he is now really focusing on the back of the head and the face of Punk. He is the man beast, he is the monster, and now he is on top of Punk, simply laying one fist after another in with those MMA gloves into the skull and the cranium of CM Punk. Now SummerSlam is we've got a quick fall here, we've got a German suplex. Can we pull out the victory? Now this is going to be a good point for us to talk about the rules of this match, because this is not a straightforward one-on-one. This is a 2 out of 3 falls match with no disqualification, so these gentlemen are not going to have to beat each other once here, they're going to have to beat each other twice. And I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but the inevitable has happened. CM Punk is now bleeding, but the fight has not yet been knocked out of the dog. He counters that powerbomb into a huge swinging DDT and came off the ropes with a huge clothesline, but not nearly as big as Lesnar's himself. CM Punk's blood now unfortunately dripping across the ring, but he manages to roll up the man beast for a long 2 count, but Lesnar manages to roll it back over. They roll it back over twice. A big long 2 count on CM Punk, a 1 count on the man beast, and we've got him in for, it's a 3! It's a 3! Punk has got the first fall. It is 1-0 Punk. We didn't see any huge moves there, but we saw Lesnar simply getting trapped in the pinning predicament, and he could not get out. He is a huge man, and sometimes that can actually work against him if he gets himself trapped in those particular positions. Unbelievably, after the punishment that Punk's face has been taken, he is now 1 up in this match against Brock Lesnar, as again we see Punk countering that huge torture rack with the DDT, and I think Punk is feeling that this just might be his night. Could this be another loss for the man beast? Not if Punk does that. That was an awful miscalculation on Punk's part, and he has got to be careful here, because Lesnar is sensing quite blood, quite literally, as he lariats CM Punk back down to the ground, scoops him up, and just plants him into that knee for a sickening back breaker as well. Punk comes back with a knee to the stomach. Now CM Punk will know about Lesnar's history of stomach-related conditions. That is going to be a weakness on Lesnar if it can be exploited. But Lesnar's not having any of that right now, although Punk has managed to counter the second backbreaker into some sort of reverse Russian leg sweep variation, and Punk is feeling it. Punk has got the crowd on his side, and Lesnar is going for a huge powerbomb on him, but he's made the same mistake again, and Punk is able to come back in with a big tornado DDT. Punk is feeling the victory here. Irish whip, drop kick, a second drop kick with a reverse heel twist, a spinning neck breaker, and Punk has got to be feeling that if he can just get that second pinfall, then this match is his. He's gone for the Irish whip into the corner, but Lesnar has reversed, and a massive lariat ends that sequence on Punk. He's going for the pinfall. I don't think he's going to get him here. But Lesnar again showing that massive power. Able to... Oh, he scoops it up. He's on the shoulders. F5. A huge F5 from the Beast. Can the Best kick out of that? And he does. Just a 2 count. That has got to leave Lesnar asking some questions. Punk coming back with a 4 strikes in a row. A huge slam. Looks like a leg drop off the ropes. And CM Punk is now dominant. And it looks like it's going to be Punk's turn to try and hit his finisher. Now, Punk kicked out of Lesnar's finisher. So what can Lesnar do with Punk's if he can hit it? Go to sleep. Huge skull to the face. Sorry, a huge knee to the skull, I should say. 1, 2... and Lesnar manages to push his way out. CM Punk is holding his temple closely. The damage has truly been done there, but he has got to be feeling the momentum, but he's also going to be asking the question, what do I have to do? That was one of Punk's biggest moves there, and Lesnar shrugged it off after a 2 count, and Lesnar now going for a pinfall on Punk. I would say here that Punk does seem to be flagging, and Lesnar, with a colossal Everest-style German suplex, going for the pinfall again. Punk is getting slower and slower at kicking out of those pinfalls, and he's looking more and more dazed, although he has hit a knee. I'm sensing now that if he could get that roll up, if he could tie Lesnar up in knots, he very much would. And in fact, he's going for the pinfall here. We've got a Blue Thunder style backdrop powerbomb, but Lesnar too close to the ropes and now striking away into the face of CM Punk. CM Punk here targeting the face of Lesnar. Perhaps CM Punk thinking Anaconda Vice, we've got to struggle for control. If CM Punk can't put Lesnar away with the go to sleep, perhaps he's thinking about his secondary, slightly older submission finisher that he first used when he entered the WWE, the Anaconda Vice hold. He's certainly here raining elbow strikes and kicks into the face and skull of Lesnar, much like we saw at the beginning of the match. In fact, here we have our first proper submission attempt, but again, too close to the ropes for it to be effective, and a huge belly-to-belly suplex here. Now, SummerSlam is an important event for both of these guys. Assuming that Punk can live a little longer here. A long 2 count and not an impressive kick out. Still trying to strike away on Lesnar, but I'm feeling that the inevitable is going to happen here. We've got a big fisherman suplex. Will he hold on? Yes, Lesnar holds on. 1, 2, no! Punk kicks out again at the last second, and now Lesnar starting to show the wounds of war on his face as well, and a massive spinning reverse elbow from CM Punk. Punk heading up to the top. He's jumping, and he's got him. Flying cross body. CM Punk's heading up again. Perhaps he's thinking macho style elbow. No, a moonsault, but he counters with the knee. He counters with the knee. Lesnar back on top, laying up with strikes, laying in with huge fists into the face and chest of CM Punk, and then gut busting CM Punk back into the ground. Another pinfall on CM Punk. Ow! 2.999. I think Punk is in trouble. I feel that pinfall is coming up unless he can turn this match around very soon, and this isn't going to be the way to do it. Both men up on the top rope, and a massive double underhook top rope suplex to CM Punk. 1, 2, 3, and this time Punk is out of miracles. It's 1 fall each in this epic SummerSlam confrontation between CM Punk and Brock Lesnar. Both men now looking simply to that final fall to take out the other guy, and Lesnar's going for it here with the roll up. This is what caught out Punk before. We've got 1, 2, Punk turns it over. Lesnar in real trouble here. This is what got him. Oh! Lesnar there not electing to kick out, but instead not electing to reverse it, but just kicks out, getting more desperate to get out of those holds. Punk up on the top rope, misses the leg drop. Lesnar on top of CM Punk, pulls him up to his feet, goes for, well, I don't know what he's going for because Punk has rolled him up again. We've got a 2 count. It's going to be all. Lesnar kicks out again. Punk on top with the strikes. 4 in a row. No, he caught the last one, and it's the F5. It's the F5. Can Punk counter? Can he counter? No. The second F5 of the match. Lesnar is in control. Lesnar surely now. 2 falls up, and the match is over. 1, 2, and no. Punk summons the last bit of resiliency that he had and managed to kick out of that huge second F5 of the match. Lesnar won his first WWE title at SummerSlam versus The Rock way back at 2002-ish. Another roll up from Lesnar. He didn't win his first match like that, but Punk kicks out again. A massive drop heel kick from Punk puts Lesnar down. Punk escaping to the outside, and it looks like Punk is going for a weapon of some kind. It is a no DQ match, so all of those blows would be illegal. A reverse spinning elbow puts Lesnar back down. Perhaps this is an admission from Punk that he can't win. And who's this? Kane strolls down to ringside, distracting Punk. Lesnar has the chair. I didn't see what happened. The camera was facing the other way, and Lesnar smashes Punk across the face. The blood of CM Punk all across the chair. He has just been turned into pavement jam with that. And Kane with a hand around the throat of Punk. A huge choke slam leaves CM Punk a broken mess on the ground. Lesnar posing away in the ring. The referee counting. It's simply going to be a race against time if Punk can come back from that huge string of chair shots and a choke slam on the outside. Punk has made it back to his feet. He's climbing the ropes, but the referee says no, it's over. Brock Lesnar wins the second fall by count out. Brock Lesnar is your winner here, ladies and gentlemen, from 2 falls to 1. Will we see the same result at SummerSlam? Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first match of the Adipose's Wrestling Wednesday today. We've got 2 more wrestling related videos. We've got a classic game, King of Colosseum 2, with 2 of the greatest wrestlers of all time, Kabashi and Misawa, going head to head. Whether or not you have heard those guys, check out that match. Some of the stuff they do has to be seen to be believed. And also, we've got a match showing one of Undertaker's more interesting choke slams coming up today as well. If you've enjoyed the commentary, if you have enjoyed watching this little match, or if you've got anything to say about the match coming up at SlammerSlam, then do get involved in the comments section and let's debate it. If you have not yet subscribed to TheAdiposeTV, please do, for lots of tutorials, let's play videos, wrestling stuff, mod videos, and lots of other stuff as well. But tonight, the day belongs to the Beast, Brock Lesnar. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.